Very good evening to you Counter-Strike fans. The ESL Pro League here for match day 9. That's right, week 3, day 3. And we're going to be delving into some more fantastic Counter-Strike for you guys this evening. I'm your host, Alex Machine Richardson, and just a glimpse of what you get today. G2, a roster that is in disarray as they're planning on bringing in a Spaniard in the form of Mixwell, saying goodbye to Shox, one of the strongest players and hardest hitters from France itself. And they're, of course, currently undergoing a lot of chops and changes. They're going to be battling versus the Ninjas in Pajamas, who have got Dennis in their roster, and we're getting to see them with the absence of Exist. More questions to be answered there as they wave goodbye to a long-standing member of the organization. And then we get to see more from Mousesports, a team that are looking very comfortable for getting themselves that top 6 finish here for the ESL Pro League as they continue to climb with consistency. That is the Mousesports way. But starting your day off here for the last day of ESL Pro League Week 3, we have got none other than your hot match of the week. This is a big one. We're actually going to be starting with none other than North. Now, North are a team, of course, trying to justify FC Copenhagen's investment. Currently, they're looking to battle for not only to be a good team in the world, but also to be the best team in Denmark. That's going to be going down. And then versus Astralis, who on the other hand, are trying to get comfortable with Magisk, a star hard hitter youngster from the Counter-Strike scene, and of course, flying that Danish flag for them as well. It's all coming up on tonight's show, and you don't want to miss this.
Welcome to the Game Flip pre-show.
Easy, but it ain't no lie.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Game Flip pre-show. Game Flip, one of our sponsors here at the Xfinity Analyst Desk. They're providing and celebrating the Pro League with a little bit of a prize, $10,000 worth of goodies available at gameflip.com/ESL. Be sure to check that out. And introductions are necessary. We're into our third day of our third week here, and I'm joined by Janko Paunovic and Chad Birchall, our analysts. We're breaking it down here at the desk with myself, Machine, and your casters. We're just going to be keeping them here for the initial start. Beautiful smile from Matt Trivet, and of course Henry Greer as well.
Hello there.
I tried to iron my shirt today.
You did. You both.
I didn't do
with
great.
this-
Didn't do great. Missed some spots, but at least I tried.
I like this whole sync kind of, pink. It was blue yesterday. Now
Yeah.
it's kind of like a kind of pastel-y pink.
We're always matching.
It's a thing. It is a thing now. And
This almost just looks like your tattoo overflowed onto
I
your
know,
shirt
Chad said
a
the
little
same
bit.
thing earlier.
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of
Really
see
kinda
that.
works.
Okay, showing it off.
Or your
it
shirt
off.
overflowed onto your arm. I'm not sure which.
Now, we always like to tell you guys what's coming up on today's show, and I did just talk a little bit about it on my fancy walk. But North Astralis is our hot match, and then we get to see which one our analysts prefer. G2 Nip, Heroic Mouse.
The evening kind of simmers out, doesn't it?
Does.
Yeah, it could be a nice quick ending with the Heroic Mousesports. We always love to see that. But G2 versus NIP could be explosive. We've seen a lot of this G2 roster with the Shox on the bench looking better than when he was actually on the team. So could be exciting in the middle of the evening.
Certainly, and when we say hot match, I have to ask you guys,
Okay.
how hot will this match genuinely be? I mean, I guess North is the big question here.
North are not really impressing too much right now. Losing to Heroic earlier this week, 2-0. They're not really looking like they're going to be touching Astralis whatsoever, but I'm happy to be proven wrong, guys. Hopefully they can turn up this evening and we can see young Mertz give them hell. That's what I want to see.
I think Mertz on Inferno specifically against Heroic looked the most consistent I've seen him look, and that was actually impressive because certainly the style, everyone talks about him being very aggressive, has been promising in terms of hype, but not really delivering when we actually get him in the server. I think I said that North was way ahead of Heroic before that game, so I was a little bit off there. I think Astralis should have this, but obviously this is a chance for North. They're always good against other Danish teams to really showcase themselves and maybe rectify some of the mistakes they made earlier this week.
And I'm sure some of the North bigwigs are going to be watching that one as well, as I know his battle for Danish pride is certainly on the line for those guys. The standings, though, as well, will help you understand exactly where this battle is going down. Week 3, admittedly, much can change, and in case this is an overwhelming amount of information, Chad can explain it nice and simply with our new column system.
Oh, okay. You want me to run you down there, do you? So we've obviously got wins and losses next to each other, but it can be a little bit confusing because if you do make it to OT, that's where the point distribution gets a little bit different. If you win in OT, you get 2 points. If you lose, you get 1. So that's where the breakdown can be a little bit different. It's just basically to avoid draws come the end of the season.
Now, of course, Europe has some slots. North America has some slots. And we announced that there was a TBA came up last week. We talked a little bit about an extra slot being announced, and it has been now. We have got a South American qualifier, Janko. Do you see this one coming?
They see it coming? No, not really. I mean, we didn't have any specific South American qualifiers so far. It's mostly been, you know, for the Americas, so to speak, which is not really ideal considering the ping difference and all of that. So, yeah, South American teams have mostly had to move to North America if they wanted a chance to appear and compete on the international scene. So it's good to see them get a qualifier of their own. Yes, you can argue that, you know, SK is already in North America and some of the other teams as well, but, you know, maybe there's an SK looming around in Brazil or in some other country that just doesn't have the resources to move and to compete.
I'm sure it's going to be absolutely packed to qualify like that, Matt. I mean, this is what we always talk about, is there's Janko's got a point when he says there could be another SK. You don't know. You don't know where what they're up to.
And I think that's absolutely true. You know, there's a lot of talent that doesn't really get a chance to showcase itself for being outside of the right regions. Now, I think early in Counter-Strike, even with Kaboom jumping onto the same, now SK in 2015, we were a little bit, you know, below where we are now in terms of practice and meta and developments. I don't expect any teams to come out of those regions and explode onto the scene in the same way, but it's important, as we see with Tyloo, to get some time overseas, to get some time against these tier 1 teams. Bravado is a team in South America, or excuse me, in South Africa that played in a major previously when they had a qualification system such as this, so it'd be good for a team like that or of that caliber to get another chance to face off against, you know, get a little notebook against teams that they don't see otherwise.
Yeah, it's that ping difference as well. I mean, like it's something that still is an issue. It's much less of an issue than it used to be, which is why we had so many lands.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely better than having an Oceanic qualifier. You know, that's just the way this base is put.
There's 2 spots for the APAC region. Chad, bite your tongue. Bite it hard, because we are going to be talking all about this first match. Gents, in fact, we're going to go ahead and let you guys just go ahead and start your preparation. I know you've got a lot to be done as we get into this one. We're going to be talking all about, of course, Astralis versus North. Now, we heard from your casters. Henry does seem to have a little bit of doubt. Matt, a little bit of hope for that of North. And we're not going to have the time conversation again because we've kind of covered all of those bases. In fact, some would say we've covered every base possible with this North roster over these 3 days.
Yeah, I think we've done it all, haven't we, Janko?
Almost as if you have to talk to them like 6 times in 3 days, you're going to run out of things to say.
Potentially. So I guess my first question to you is...
we can keep it black and white if you want. Keep it very simple. With the form we've seen from both teams over recent times, Astralis should win this matchup, right? That's the way it should work because they've looked more convincing. North's been very up and down. Early, they had some good results. Going to the lands that they've been to, they've looked a little bit lackluster. They're not really living up to be fair, I don't know if there's a lot of hype there behind this team. One thing I was thinking about, something that we could talk about, would be how the roles are meant to go up in this team, right? How they're meant to sync up, because to me it seems like AZ and Kirby are very overlapping in their roles. Valde was meant to be more of an anchor, but now he's doing more aggressive stuff as well. So those 3 players almost doing the same jobs. Mertz as an AWPer seems like he needs to be one that's more assertive. He needs to be dictating how he wants to play with the AWP. And then MSL is the in-game leader. We have to hope that he changes his sensitivity if we want to get anything out of him, right? So it's not clear in terms of roles like it is with Astralis, or even more so, I think Heroic even has clearer roles than this North team.
I think difference between these 2 teams is that Astralis's lows are much higher than North's, right? When you look at Astralis, they haven't really had any real slumps, barring right after the player break last year when they missed on playoffs, you know, a couple of times, and they managed to bounce back from that, coming into E-League and making it all the way into the grand final of that tournament. So also KV at the end of the year without divides and all that stuff. But for North, they've had some really disappointing performances at times, you know, not making it out of group stages in Wooden Set Pro League finals last season in front of home turf, losing to the likes of NRG. I mean, what's going on there? So I think that's a big problem. Astralis really has those fundamentals nailed down to a level where, you know, they can be average at times, but they're never really going to suck the way North can.
Absolutely, and that's going to be Janko's opinion, okay? Janko's opinion.
That's what we do, we give opinions. Yeah, sometimes facts.
That is
sometimes
our job.
They're rather strong.
And we have got someone else's opinion. In fact, it's Kirby. Now, he is talking all about this move. It felt like it was quite a bit of a surprise to many people in the community, and he's going to shed some light on exactly how it went down, leaving Astralis for North.
It was just a roller coaster of emotions. It's really hard for me to describe, but it was a really tough day in some kind of way, and I can't do this to the guys and the team. We've been through so much together, but at the same time I felt like I needed to be honest to myself, and it was a big change, I felt like, and I didn't want to sit back with any regrets. Like, let's say in half a year we wouldn't be still not winning titles with Astralis. Maybe I would think like this is not fair to the guys either, because I'm sitting here with 50% motivation and know I could have so much more impact on another team, and having to tell Astralis so short notice and everything, it was really hard. You believe what was best for your career, but on a personal level you build tons of amazing friendships and basically loved working where you were spending every day on job. So they obviously were really disappointed, and I think that they had their right to be disappointed. I don't blame them for anything they wrote, like stuff like that. It's 100% fair, and when people get shocked and out of their comfort zone, they might maybe write things they don't mean, kind of going through breakup in some kind of way. Like, even though you were the one making the decision, it was really tough for the soul, and going home, seeing all the medals and Astralis merchandise laying in my closet and everything, it was really tough for a couple of days, but I just really need to look forward, and even though it can be hard in the beginning, it's something I really believe in, and I really feel like I need to put this pressure and I need to have this impact in order to keep developing. And I could just feel like how bad the North guys wanted me, and you might not be shining on your best, but they can see that the qualities you have is able to help the team to be the best. So I didn't have to know this for a long time. It wasn't a long process, anything like this. It was just on paper, it can be a step down, but I want to show the people doubting us and me that this is the right step, that we can prove anything wrong, and that's something that really excites me and motivates me every day, is just to prove people wrong, and I think I will help North come back to the top. I feel confident, I feel experienced, and I feel ready for the task. I hope that we can be one of the best teams in the world, earn trophies, and on the same hand that I can reach my full potential and be a consistent world-class top player in Cisco.
Feels like a breakup. That's Kjærby there talking about his move, and I can kind of understand why. When you spend so much time and you're traveling with them and you're succeeding with them, and you come home to your room and there's Astralis memorabilia everywhere and you're sitting there opening your brand new North jersey, I can imagine there's a lot of...
Nah, mate, look, it was his decision. He chose to dog the boys, and now he needs to... he made his bet, he needs to lie in it, he needs to deal with that decision. And actually, Astralis, I think, are going to be better for it. I think having Magic's added to the team is going to shake him up a bit, it's going to make him change some things, and I think we're going to see a better Astralis in 2018. So, screw Kjærby.
That's quite harsh, Chad. I think Hax was really going somewhere with this.
No, man.
There is, great moments with Astralis, and then, you won a major with them, you were the MVP of that final, and then you go on to North.
And then you grab all their hearts and you pull it out of their chest and you stomp on it.
Yeah, but you go to North and then you drop out of Summit and you drop out of Katowice and you're doing nothing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Astralis are doing better, and they're the ones that got broken up with.
Exactly.
Yeah, so screw Kjærby.
It's going to hurt. It is absolutely going to hurt. But
I
you
don't
know
mean
what?
that.
There is quite the positive side to this story. Yes, Kjærby's change has not necessarily been immediately met with success in the North banner, but Magisk, the man who filled his shoes, we're going to take a little closer look at how he has journeyed through Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Emil Magisk Reif, the 20-year-old Dane with frags in his rifle.
Megas through the double, the triple!
And years of experience. It all started in the SK Gaming organization, where he quickly was noticed as a big talent. But it was when he joined Team Dignitas he became a star player.
Here comes the charge. Magic's point ready for it though. 3 kills. Can it be another ace? 2 aces in 2 rounds. It could be, it might be, and it will be. The anti-eco ace. 10 kills in 2 rounds, and he is flying up the scoreboard.
Winning the Epicenter 2016 and being named the 14th best player in the world. The entire Dignitas roster was later picked up by the Danish football club FC Copenhagen, and 2017 looked to be a promising year for Magisk. And promising it was.
Magis is waiting for them. He's been great so far. Nails the first headshot and 2.
Covers Rubino at door. He'll get in the sight. Magisk has 4. Hard to Neo's left. That Molotov won't do much. He's on the ledge. It does put him down, but he hits the ace. All headshots. All on the USB for Magisk.
But despite getting a second place in the ESL Pro League Season 5, he still got benched by North. He didn't spend too long as a bench warmer though, as the North American organization Optic Gaming was quick to pick him up, giving him the chance to get back on the professional CSGO scene. But it wasn't quite what he expected.
On many maps, I had to take some positions no one else wanted, even though I felt like I had more reason to play some of the superstar positions, like some of the better positions. I felt like we didn't click in-game, and I think that showed also when we struggled.
After just half a year, there was an opening on the Astralis roster, and Magisk was chosen to fill it. He now got a chance to prove himself once again, this time on the Danish star team, playing his preferred role, playing for championships, and playing to reach new individual heights.
And that was Magisk, of course, the magical boy from Denmark who felt like he was put in the wrong positions in Optic Gaming. Well, fortunately, he has been liberated and finds himself now in the best team from his region. Of course, we get to see Astralis. And that was actually, I believe that interview was done over, like, down the road. I mean, they had the Astralis offices, the Astralis practice area. We actually got to take a look at it, and it is quite a setup they've got going on over there.
Yeah, it's not a bad spot at all. I've been there a couple of times now, and it's good for the players. I think, you know, have an
Coconut
actual
water on demand
work environment like that, right? To be able to just roll on in, have your PC set up, you can actually just no distractions. You're there just to play, just a game, and this is the future of Counter-Strike, I hope.
That was the first time I got to see that as well, Yanko. You were there. I kind of like the fact that they've got all the map overlays on the wall, whiteboard markers, and I don't know. It was. I always had an image of what a kind of a player camp, boot camp would look like, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we were way ahead of the curve, Alex, in 2013 when we went to a tournament in Vienna. Ksad told me to print them out because I was the only one with a printer. Nice. So I printed out all the maps, and I only did like 2 of the same because I ran out of color for the map. So like he had to be very careful with the amount of drawing
or a pencil, and then he can rub it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's good.
But it helps a lot, actually, you know, when you theory craft about maps and everything, like having like a massive overview of the map, the mini-map, and then being able to draw stuff and move around. It's always better when you can visualize things instead of just talking about them.
I could not agree any more than I do, Yanko, absolutely. And these are your odds as well. You can see the North truly have the odds stacked against them. It's not looking great for them. Yeah, exactly. And just in our closing thoughts, we're going into Inferno. North struggled on Inferno not too long ago. I mean, they've lost now to Envy previously, and what was the other one we just saw them play? Yeah, it was yesterday.
Heroic, yeah.
Heroic.
They lost 16-6.
16-6, 16-3, the last 2 Inferno results in the Pro League from North. I guess we just say Astralis have this.
It's probably going to be a really close game. All the rounds, all the bonus rounds, all the timeouts, because Counter-Strike, especially online, is one of the most unpredictable things in the world.
Yeah, Yanko, anything to add to that?
I think you have to be aggressive versus North. We saw it from Envy. It was on the T side that they had a great half, just bullying them. That worked, and then Heroic was pretty aggressive on the CT side, with being very dynamic mid-round even. So for Astralis, I think that's the key. North seems to struggle with that at the moment.
Yeah, it's a bit of a turbulent one for them. In fact, historically, the last 2 games they played on Inferno, they conceded 12 rounds on their CT side and 12 rounds on their T side. So we don't really know where their strengths lie on this map. Maybe they can show us today versus Astralis. Rescue. We can introduce your casters now as well, because they're going to be guiding you through this chaos. Gents, we're not particularly positive right now surrounding the North camp.
Well, it's the derby. It could be exciting. Those kind of results are a bit difficult to predict. So hopefully it's a close game and it's an exciting one. That's all we can really hope for, and probably Astralis will win.
I agree with all those sentiments, and I do want to see a little bit more from Mertz. I want to see him be aggressive, be consistent, get in their face. I think that's exciting, if nothing else, to watch. Yeah. But overall, I think North are a little bit tactically underwhelming right now.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to seeing if it can be whelming, and I'll leave it with you.
Well, well, well. North versus Astralis, quite an interesting game to kick things off, and we'll see whether Mertz can indeed come out on top against a Device. It's going to be a hot battle to follow. It's Inferno to kick things off here. We're going to see that P250 from Valda. They've got 2 smokes. No HE grenades suggest they won't be rushing towards the B bomb site. So they do head towards second middle, and it looks like they'll be going for a little set piece here. No default to be deployed whatsoever. Smoking towards the library, and indeed in front of the pit, I would imagine. MSO goes towards middle. There's the first smoke, as I mentioned, towards that library area. Flashbang in. His teammates will collapse on the A bomb site, and it's up to Dupree to try and hold them off. He can't find the headshots, so the flashbangs are just perfect, but not enough to hold Magiska Bay as he gets the bomb down in the pit. It's back and forth, but a 2 versus 1 in favor of Astralis, but maybe not for long. MSL brings it down to just him versus Zipex, but he's got 1 point of health. Not ideal, but Zipex pretty far away from this encounter. Everyone knows he plays that B bomb site. He'll be waiting. MSL has no idea where he's got to at this point.
MSL. Box with 1 HP. This should be Zipex quite cleanly picking this up, especially with the bomb so far away in pit. And he's going to be... Oh, I thought he was going to be looking away at the right time. Zipex actually crossed. He must have just been backed far enough that he didn't see him, because there's certainly a line of sight, as you realize when we look back. But Zipex gets the kill easily nonetheless.
Yep, not too hard for him there. Just 1 point of health. A nice tactic from North. As you can see, the flashbangs were effective. A Mage's Boy doubling up with Dupree in the pit in the same position. The old baited switch coming through, and North do not get a plant, so they will be force buying here in the second round. Everyone all in. P250s, CZ, smokes, flashbangs, and we get to round number 2. In terms of the rifle setup for Astralis, they have 3 of them, 2 of which are FAMASs. Zipex with the M4A4, of course, he survived. He gets the armor to take into the next round, so opts for the M4 instead. That's a very common move. Going towards the apartments once again could be a very similar approach here. Cal be lining up a smoke. MSL in the same position to throw his. This one will go in front of the pit. Probably 1 in front of the site as well. We'll see what happens here. Here's the first. So smoking the apartments, and 2 by the pits. Similar positions. There is a bit of a gap there.
Yeah, one of them's supposed to be a lot more shallow than the other. Dupree, good position. MP9 for the spray down. Magisk will get Kiabi as well. Dupree did fall eventually with AZ getting in peskily toward the pit, but bomb down after he was killed off by Magisk. Glaive to close it. 2-0 Astralis. Pretty straightforward in the end.
Yeah, the force buy doesn't really bring anything for North whatsoever. They get 1 kill, no plant. So full eco now, and they're going to struggle with the AWP with $2,400 coming in to Mert's bank account. He went all in. You can see he's actually got the lowest amount of cash, pretty much at $2 grand. So that's far from ideal for him. We're yet to see how proficient he really is with a rifle. I'm still kind of gauging his overall talents. As we get into number 3, should be quite a clean sweep here. His Device looking to farm some frags here, pushing down towards middle. Use the nades to mask his footsteps there, pushing down towards the T steps. He'll get 1. That's MSL. Looking towards underpass, so it's going to be AZ hiding there, waiting to see if he can get anything done with his Glock. I don't think he'll find much. Valda's in there as well, having a bit of a party. And he's dealt with in due course. Just 1 player remaining as Mertz. He's got the bomb. Gives away his position. He won't be getting that down in a hurry. And Dupree will get the final kill. Another clean sweep for Astralis. A bit of a bonus round coming in with the FAMASs. And Device throws away the MP9. He probably gets the AWP straight away. We'll have a look. Knows he'll have a huge advantage if he purchases that big gun. Indeed he does. And he knows there's absolutely no chance North will get the AWP out of no bomb being planted here. So he's going to have a chance at opening up the round. He can probably face a bit more towards T steps instead of just the underpass here. We'll see if that rings true. Heads towards middle. Won't be overcommitting, just looking towards second middle right now.
Device. Flash out, forced off. That flash came from relatively close as it was thrown from bench, but he'll back off nonetheless because the threat exists and he knows the buy is certainly in their hands. Ooh, Glaive, lucky to have not only had the flash defend him and as much as blind him, but have the smoke bloom at the same time because he was certainly exposed when they wanted to get around toward the mid wall. They are up toward pit and they've got Dupree. That's a problem. But just down as well. Device knows he's in trouble. He's got to get at least some help from Glaive, but Glaive's not convinced. They're not leaving mid as of yet. He easily could have rotated back toward the library. Smoked off as he would have been. He might have been able to aid in supporting, but nonetheless, gets the bomb down. Good approach from North. Good isolation of pit and great kills.
Yeah, fast strategy there. Good smokes pushing through towards middle, splitting through quad and the apartments. You can see Magisk didn't stand a chance against his former teammates there as he got wrecked by AZ, who picks up 2 frags. It's up to Glaive and Zipex now just to save their FAMAS and the UMP. The money should be relatively strong, but there's no point just throwing these weapons away. North will be certainly winning the round at this point. Bomb guaranteed to go off. 4 players surviving. Second middle, Glaive exposed in the open there. I'm not sure what that position was really going to do for him at all, as he had the UMP, no range to speak of. And Zipix now just looking to take some guns out of their hands if they do commit towards the bottom of second middle. Not going to happen. Like I said, money still relatively decent. He's $8,500 on Glaive. He can even purchase an AWP and still buy for himself. We'll see whether he does that. Zipex can drop a weapon as well. Same story for Magus, really. So let's take a pause just to work out if they want to bring out AWP. It's going to be Astralis to call it. Their first time out here. You'll probably see all of them used. 3-1. North are on the board. It's Azy getting it done with the AK as he made his way towards the side. The first one might have been towards the pit. Indeed it was. You can see them guaranteeing that kill, and the 180 comes in to take down the second at the same time. Timeout still in full force. I'm sure we'll see that by momentarily. Here we go. Wonder if the AWP was picked up by Mozart. I'm not 100% sure. AWP is out for Device at least. He's heading towards B, going to mix things up. And there it is, Mertz managing to recover the AWP from the previous round after taking down Device. Device will be challenging. I'll see whether he can get the first kill. He commits towards the barrels here, going to push past the flames. Flashes are good, but the shot not quite. And he'll be flashed off now, trying to do his best to open things up here. Taking a lot of damage. Wants to get this first kill, but might have to fall back at this point. Actually hit MSL down to 33. Just holds a more defensive line now, seeing if anyone jump up on the logs and try and take him down.
MSL toward Banana. Flashes Device off. Easy. Get ready in alt middle.
They're doing lots of set pieces tonight. No defaults really.
I'm not opposed to seeing it. I mean, look, if you want to talk about online as a not only a proving ground for some teams, but practice for others in some ways, might as well get this sorted out now because it's been an issue for them. That's better. I see. Okay, that's the third one they needed. So no gap this time. Smoke goes shallower. Magisk knows they're going to be wrapping onto him, spraying in. They actually scare him into revealing his position. That was just a bit of pre-fire. They didn't spot him, but he was worried that they did. And in doing so, firing back gives it up. A good play from Dupree. Great response until such time that Mertz runs into him. Glaive gets positioned in the site in the meantime. And with the bomb down, whether or not he knows that, I think Radar would reveal that at this point. He's certainly ready for Mertz, who gets the first kill on Device, but positioned and patient. Just Volta to find, and they know he's toward the pit. Glaive's shoulder certainly shows, but that brings up the shots. Good read. Oh my goodness.
Wow, that could have been quite impressive. He had no time to plan there, but definitely got an opportunity to spray both of them down. Astralis answer back with a decent round there. His Dupree getting it done against the set piece. Flashbang pretty much perfect. You can see them completely wrecked there on the corner. He picks up 2. Couldn't find the third, but he got the information. As we get to round number 6, there will be a buy available for North, but some compromises have to be made. AC's got a P250, that is it. MSL with the MAC-10, they have got 3 AKs. A difficult round. Might have to be a full-on rush here as 5 players commit towards Banana. Nades come in. And oh my god, the nukes have been dropped. 8 G kills coming through. Lots of damage inflicted. And Kiabi and AZ taking the brunt of it. 5 on 3, just like that. The Banana rush completely stifled as the bomb goes down towards the underpass as well. Device watching for them to retreat. 5 on 2, and that's going to be the round. What a great opening couple of kills with the grenades, and Device looking to finish things off.
Dupree takes down Volta.
Brutal.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Well, that will be a full eco now for North. They're going to get $2,400 next round, so no point really partially buying or doing anything with this at all. And looks like they might just be taking Glocks across the board. Maybe a couple of PT50s will sneak in, then maybe Mertz will buy one. Nothing at all, not a single dollar brought into round number 7. Been quite fast-paced so far. That'll be Dupree to maybe get aggressive again. Throws the nade down. No damage inflicted. A tiny bit. 3 towards MSL. That's about it. Let's go towards the underpass. Not going to be rushing this time. They're going to see if they can maybe trade out a couple of kills with the Glocks.
So 5-1 Astralis, about the start we might have expected.
Yeah.
No, I mean, again, if they want to drill out this A-side site, tactical play, if you will, they've been making a contest in that. In a few rounds, they've certainly isolated off certain sections, certain elements. They've got a bomb plant on the a few rounds that caused retakes. Pistol was close, came to a one-on-one, although the HP wasn't formidable. there's positives in their play. It's just that Astralis is certainly getting the better of them. Even when they lose Pit, they still seemingly control this side, the Arch, which should be easy for Device this time, having just pistols to fire at. Manages to sneak in a shot and get the last kill on Kiabi, but Dupree does the rest of the work. 6-1.
Well, there we go. Pretty good stuff from Astralis so far. Guns coming out again, but no AWP once more. Mertz has got 6 kills, but one round posted so far is Dupree helping out the spray towards middle. Round number 8. Device 7 and 3, having a decent game so far. So it's Glaive on 8. Dupree had some impactful kills as well. Sendry this time towards the bottom of middle. 1 tick of damage towards them. And Mertz always going to be in a tough spot now. Might have
Doesn't it always? So MSL going to work one side, but Glaive's on the other. Behind the smoke and in the cubby, they do nothing to check it and run directly by him. Very straightforward for Astralis to get a 2-man advantage, and it's going to funnel them back to B. Ooh, Device. Quick switched off that without shooting. Maybe he hit the Q button a little too early.
Well,
or
either
whatever
way,
subsequent button.
He survives, and Mertz does get dinked in the process. So they're still way in the lead here, even though Device could have got a frag there. They'll head towards quad and just try play. Magisk will be watching it though. Nice shots from the pit. Takes down his former teammate AZ, and there will be an almost guaranteed chance that Astralis win this one unless someone goes absolutely wild. Have to be Varda really. Mertz only 9 HP, 40 seconds remain. Varda will lead the charge. Great crossfire here from Astralis. You can see Magisk is watching for anyone crossing to Dupree's position. He's making sure no one gets towards the pit. It's actually looking very nice indeed. He's crouched there. As we'll see Dupree step up, he'll get the first, and Magisk to finish him off. Good crossfire setup. Another clean sweep for the Astralis boys. They are certainly the better team right now, but North, they are rebuilding, but haven't had a good week this week at all. They lost to their other countrymen, Heroic 2-0, and this one could be a very similar story if things continue the way they are. Kiabi 1 kill. Obviously a former Astralis member. We always say the Danish team's very incestuous, always bouncing around the teams. We've got Heroic, North and Astralis. Obviously Cajun B leaving for Optic now, along with Config.
With Config, yeah, former teammates on what is again a European team based in North America.
Yes.
It's interesting how that continues to be a thing, but...
Well, they wanted to keep their original lineup from what I'm aware of, but the guys...
They didn't want to stay there,
didn't want to live in America, right? It was like Freiburg, Ale were like, we don't want to go move country. I understand that, especially some of the older guys, like late 20s now, just don't really want to kind of pack up their life and move on for the sake of a new team. So it's understandable why some of the younger guys might be into it.
It's one thing to move maybe around Europe, where you still have your connections and there's, you know, transport lines and whatnot. It's another thing, and obviously your bank systems and all of that, but when you move continent, it's a whole different beast. Pretty straightforward round.
The hoops you have to jump through to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't make it easy. I think more teams should look at Canada, and I'm not just saying that. It's although it's harder to get the upfront visa, it's much more welcoming once the paperwork's done. It's much more simple in that way.
Yeah, I've had a couple of opportunities to live in America, and I was like, oh, you know what, like this seems like such hassle. And then like some of my friends who do have visas to work out there, it's not permanent residency. It's like you get a certain amount of time. It just seems very stressful to sort it all out, but we'll hope it works out for Optic, and we'll see them at an event soon. Cajun B and Config, along with Gade, North Academy player. It's kind of crazy how that's all transpired with Shazam and everything, so that's quite cool. 8-1, Astralis. Not really much to talk about in this game so far. North had some great strats, but not winning rounds. As the AWP comes out again for them, really wants to see them kind of take it to the next level, start getting some bombs down, forcing out some clutches, some 1v1s perhaps. We'll see. Kiabi, he's got the best spawn, but when we've thrown the AWP, he's on 1 and 8 right now. MSL 1 and 9. Same story for Valda, one of the key players for North. 1 and 8 also. Mertz will make his way towards Banana and hope Device is there. He'll take nades to the face, flashed up, he's definitely dead. Dex bullies him there. Flames down, nades towards these steps. They've got full control of this area, and indeed the game so far, as he gets a second through the smoke. He'll fall back, didn't pick up the AWP. He knows they've already got one, don't really need it. They're one of the few teams at the top level that don't have a double AWP setup, which is weird, considering that Dupree was AWPing at the major. Device, great shot there, fully blind, quick scope to take down MSL. 5-on-2 again. Valdo will get one, but he's going to die here. Zipex takes him down, running across the arch of his knife out. It's a very brave thing to do, and they've spotted AZ. He'll be taken down momentarily. Great round from Astralis, great pacing. Easy will get isolation frag here, but an easy shot in the back from Glaive. 3 players surviving, get their money, must be out of control right now. Yeah, 12k, 5 digits on all of them.
They're not, again, if you're going to lose rounds, make them close. I mentioned that they were at least getting something done executionally, but it's certainly been a little bit lackluster. That nade actually hit
3 bullets left in his M4, and he was blind and got him. That was nuts.
on the edge of the smoke. CZs across the board for North, 9-1. First game going quickly. I don't want to say it because it'll instantly change, but maybe it should, because we need to have a bit more of a contest.
It needs to be
North.
competitive at least.
Yeah, exactly.
A quick game is all well and good, but if it's completely one-sided, there's nothing to really commentate on. Either way, we'll get into the next round with the CZs. The smokes, the flashbangs, and we'll see if there's anything that can be done here. Normally, these are the sort of rounds that yield success. Like, it's weird. Like, you'll get wrecked with the rifles over and over again, then you'll have a partial buy and you get into the game. So we'll see what happens here into the next round. A bit of damage inflicted towards the device, pushed him back off that aggressive stance at least. He won't have full information and have Zipex rotate over for him. So this could actually get a little bit spicy. We'll see what happens.
Smokes again. I want to see it from this underneath balcony perspective. I think there is still a slight gap. Maybe not. It's hard to say with the one that's landing above. It might, yeah, there you go. There would have been. So that shows it a little more accurately, even though that's slowly dissipating, so that's not the full picture. But good wrap in, good timing from MSL. Tries to get the M4 in his hand, can't do it. Mertz versus 3. If he'd found the second kill, Balm certainly would have been a possibility in the round. Is certainly a factor because the smoke would have allowed him to get toward default. He's still going to try, but 1 versus 3, even if it goes down now, it's not quite the same possibility. Good shot from the Device through the box because, yeah, 1 versus 3 post plant, they know where he is. They'll surround him as they were doing, and Astralis find their 10th round.
There we go. Still not really warming up just yet. We kind of build this as the hot match of the week. Chad and I even did a video on it last week. I think he had North. So at least I'm winning something in that respect. There will be Mertz back on the AWP, but things still looking quite grim as we go into round number 12 here. Zipex and Device once again towards B. Dropping this, oh, that smoke's genius. Like the fact that he actually shuts down the Molotov towards the barrels. I'm going to steal that. That's really cool. Bounces right off the corner, lands in front of the barrel. I know, but I'll take it. I'll happily have that one. That's a really cool little trick. I haven't seen that before. So right off the corner, bounces in front of the barrel, still gives you vision, and he wants a bit more boosted up, looking towards the T-steps right now. Flames all over the place. He's got the opening pick, but so has Mertz, not for long. The advantage given back to Astralis as the nades will go in towards the mid-area. Nothing landed with that one, Glaive. 4 versus 3. Mertz tagged up. We'll see if they can recover this one. Certainly possible. Dupree looking to maybe give them an opportunity here, and he'll offer himself up down to low HP, but through the smoke, Glaive of the AK does manage to find Mertz. He wants a bit more greedy, perhaps. 3 on 2 still. Oh, Device.
It's back down as well. On the stairs, Magisk takes out Volda. KRB left with a decision to make, and he's made the wrong one. He's gone toward the guy with the highest HP, the AWP, in a long quarter of the map, meaning it's now 11-1. He might have had a chance if he tried to isolate the rifles, the guns, the money. It's all there, Astralis.
They haven't really planted it all, have they?
3 rounds? 2 rounds.
I'm not even sure about that. The pistol they didn't get any of the force buys.
They certainly did. Well, the round they won, they did.
Sure. That was it, the round they won.
I think maybe one other. Let's see if we can bring that up when we get back into it.
I think they've had the bomb down once, and that was the round they did indeed win. Tactical timeout. Is it too late? I'm not sure. Even 11-4 would be a fantastic scoreline for Astralis. That's if you get nothing more now. So yeah, it was one plant, that was it.
You're right. I thought there was a second one in all of that. So never mind. Everything I said, it's all a lie.
So that was against the bonus round. That was round number 4 when they had the MP9s and the FAMASs. So all they've really done is shut down SMGs and mishmash purchase from Astralis, and they have looked wrecked ever since. This is kind of what I was expecting, though. I said in the pre-game, the North have looked underwhelming as of late. They can't get it together. The tactics are there. The set pieces are on point. They've got the skill, but no one's really contributing. Astralis looking leaps and bounds ahead as an overall unit. This is the same tactic they did in the round they won. So will it work out for them? MSL's going to have Brave here, and it does not Work out well from Zipex. Gets an easy frag. No trades at all. 5 versus 4. Nades down. Molotovs burning the bodies of Northhill. Off smoke in front of the bomb site. And hopefully that will yield some sort of success. But Magus has got a gap and
oh no,
sits
he's
on the
blind.
bomb site.
Okay, never mind. I was going to say, thankfully Dupree's behind him and still has vision because he'll protect him from being wrapped upon. It works out that way sooner or later, or somewhat or the other, because it's the player from Library, Zipex, that has to contribute as well. Still manages to get this down to 1 versus 2 in the end, despite that they did lose Dupree on the site. Bomb planted. There's a second one for you, Hank.
Yes, there we go. A chance here. Finally, some sort of clutch available for
No
Valda.
chance.
No, he's got the timing on his side. Maybe he doesn't. Oh, well, there we go. Okay, I was about to say, he's in yellow. There's a lot of corpses there. He'd obviously focused it on the bomb site, didn't assume he'd be for sure as Library. Valda, low HP, had to make a play. Didn't work out for him. The fact that he takes 3 players down doesn't really do much at all because they still have lots of money. Device rocking around 16k. Bomb down though, the maximum loss bonus means they can at least purchase here. No orb, and MSL 2 kills, Valda 3, Kiabi 4. These are the star players. They should be stepping up here. It's Mertz of 8, but he hasn't really done much of the AWP. Number 14, 12-1. Maybe this hot match of the week is not all it's cracked up to be. Device having a lot of fun with the AWP. In towards the corner and the barrels. I'll push him back. Expended a lot of utility though. They're just go for a B execute from what I can gather here. They've got some decent control now. Kiabi looking away from the flashbangs. He's waiting to see if MSL gets blind. He can stand up and have full vision to take down any ensuing CTs. 1 minute 10. Bombs around in T-spawn though, as you can see. Our players towards the apartments. AZ, Valda and Mertz is working towards that mid area. Mertz, no AWP, remember. He's got the rifle in hand. The bomb will be recovered. So they've managed to push CTs back, take information away at B. I assume they'll go for a set piece again. 12-3 would still be a disappointing scoreline, and that's if they pick up both of these rounds now. And so far so good. B control obtained. Now middle as well. 40 seconds. No banana split coming in. They'll be focusing on the arch. And that's where Glaive resides.
Bit of a bookworm, but he's looking toward the arch instead. That'll be smoked off as well. They're going to flash through smoke deep. Glaive knows it. He wants to capitalize. Oh, no, Glaive. Oh, yes, Glaive. Just barely. Gets one back on MSL as he snuck through. Missed all his shots. Partially blind, but gets away with it somehow. Good shot to Dupree that gives away his position. Does manage to get Kiabi through the edge of the box. His old teammate, but it's easy to get the response and get another plant. This time in 2 versus 2, perhaps their best chance yet in converting a round. So this round 14 won't make a difference about the money on Astralis' side. Oh no, Valda.
He knew Zipex was coming as well. He must have a sound cue. The pre-aim was perfect. The anticipation was there. Zipex, huge disadvantage and still gets the kill. AZ has not been performing as of yet, and we'll see whether he can get it done. That flashbang looks deadly, and he'll still get the kill. Zipex looking to convert the frag. It's 1 versus 1, and still he comes out on top. It'll be a close defuse, but it looks absolutely fine. 13-1. They still can't get more than 1 round on the board here. My God, round number 15 coming in. What a half it's been. I think this one might be done already. As we'll have a look at the replays. Dupree just about squeaking out 2 kills here. First one wasn't the cleanest, and then just gets this one through the box as well. AZ to take him down finally, but still double orb set up to finish things off. Glaive will picking up the secondary orb. He's got 18 kills so far. Top fragging, and then some. So Galil's AKs again, and this has been nothing but disappointing for North.
Glaive tries to fire into the flash. Double up set up again. Device obviously the one on the other side of the map, on the other AWP. It'll be boosted up and very quickly takes down MSL. Thanks very much. Moving immediately.
Just preempts it, doesn't he? Knows exactly what's going on there. Kiabi smoked out again. Can't even consider pushing around for a quick frag. Molotovs, this got to be pretty standard stuff there. Molotov in the corner. See if they can push the CTs back. They'll certainly achieve that. They go towards the bomb side, but they've already completed their objective in getting the first kill. Device just wrecking them every single round. Dupree holding in the pit this time. Magus will be in his standard position. Smoke makes his way out of the apartments. You can see Kiabi is at the top of B, but not for long. Device deals with him. Close range AWP to the face. 5 on 3, 14-1 looking likely now. Bomb still down at T steps and nothing really gathered for the north side.
Glade ready. Takes down Volda.
Bad, isn't it? It's easy frags. Valda trying to make a play. Taken down. One of the Orbers will miss that one. Lead towards quad. Does connect a little bit. AZ gets 1 kill. They'll have to do what they can now towards the quad side. But a good flash comes in. Mady's not overcommitting. AZ knows he's going to be there. And is waiting for them to fully go towards the side, which they do. AZ gets 1. That should be enough here. And there we have it. 14-1. What's a half? Bish, bash, bosh.
That's ridiculous. 1v1 of the pistol. Easily controlled, and then the rest of the game as well. 1 round, that's it. And you mentioned it looked like they were trying to be tactical. I just... Maybe they're working on something. It looks like the thought process is there, but the execution is not there. Tripping over each other, they're looking in the wrong directions, their timing slightly off. You can see it, multiple kills, multiple situations where there's 2 players in front of them and neither one really knows where to be working and where to be looking. Kiarbi even working in and then getting caught out from pit. I mean, maybe they're ironing out things, but right now they're on like stage alpha.
Yeah, 2 and 15 for the in-game leader there. Kiarbi probably regretting leaving Astralis at this point. 4 and 14, 14-1 down. Not looking too good for them, I have to say. Mertz didn't really do much at the AWP, but he did get 9 kills. Glaive 121.3 ADR. Made just over 100 as well. Dupree not far from the pace. Device only gets 86, but the amount of kills he's getting, opening kills with the AWP, was significant. 15 for him in total. North really need to pull the socks up here. This map is done, and they'll have another chance in the next, but I say that maybe a little bit early. There is always a chance you can come back and do the exact same thing. It all starts with a pistol round, and we'll see if they can get it. Really not looking good, though. It will be Astralis now on the T side of Inferno. In they go. What's the play? Will we see something very fast? No utility to speak of whatsoever on the Danish side, so Astralis, I should say. It works on both sides, though, because they both have armor, no grenades, no defuse kits, and a fast rush towards the quad and the yard. MSL will kick things off. His 3rd frag of the game so far. It's up to AZ to try and help out here. Looks like North will be winning this pistol. Clean sweep. Not a single thing really picked up. A couple of kills from Zipex as he makes his way on the side. Oh, goodness, don't lose this one, North, please. It'll break my heart. Oh, God, Matt, it's happening. This is 1 versus 5.
If they lose this, I mean, what do you do? Mertz versus Zipex, and he is going to be absolutely sweating right now. Not only that, Zipex has read the situation. He knows this is, wow.
Not like this.
Zipex with 4 kills is going to run this over to Ward B.
No. 1 versus 5.
I mean, what do you do if you're North at this point?
He hasn't even taken...
Don't, if you laugh, don't cry, what's you're saying?
If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Yeah, wow, I'm already crying for them.
He's got no kit. Remember, they did a full investment with
Thankfully, there's
armor.
no smoke for Zipex, because if he had a smoke right now as well, and he read that he was coming from Banana, locks him out, man, oh man.
1 versus 5 at 14-1 down. This is insane. And it's such an open plan. It's such a bad position, but that actually works in his favor. Why would you think
he's not being proactive. Oh, we missed it. I was going to say, he's not being proactive, which means that Mertz could maybe sneak in on him, but he looked away. Zipex just missed the shot. Hits 4 great ones, and then that unfortunately doesn't go his way. But if you're North, breathe a sigh of relief.
Okay, well, they'll still be arguing about it, but they do manage to win the round. Zipex hits all the glorious shots on the A-bomb side. Can't hit the easiest one out of the all 5 encounters there. These are all excellent. And then fails at the final hurdle. That would have been epic. He managed to pull that one off. Not going to be the case, though. As he got that kill, I was really believing. As MSL dropped, and they won't be force buying AKs in the next round, of course. Zipex is like, I'm going to reward myself with a PG-50, you know. I've got a lot of money there. Nades in. They do hit Magisk, but not going to kill him just yet. They only get 1 rifle on the north side, so not really going to be prepared for the AKs.
MSL sneaking to the corner is not yet going to get challenged, but he should soon. With the kill coming out from Volda toward the top of alt middle, it should funnel them back, you'd expect, toward Banana instead. But he alone on an MP9 could be traded if they go close enough together. Good read. I say he's alone. He's got Kiarbi. Excuse me, I missed that on the right. I knew that he was there somewhere, but probably falling back. It's Kiarbi that's going to make the most amount of damage and certainly inflict 3 kills against Astralis. All in the SMG, mind you, as well. So good ROI, as we talk about it, 14-3. Still a bit more in this, although Astralis is going to go early. With the bomb plant down, they bring out the AK-47s.
Well, there we go. The AKs are out. 5 of them. And, yeah, they have to adjust and bring out some M4s, absolutely. And see if they can hold Astralis off for a few more rounds. They get match point this early on. It will just be completely over. They did win the pistol. Wasn't clean, but they got it. It's down, doing good damage here. Device and Glaive feeling the brunt of it. See if they can bleed the CTs out and try and capitalize. Might just be a set piece towards B to kick things off here. 4 players heading in this direction. They can pretty much be guaranteed there'll be no AWP for the CTs at this point. So they'll be happy to challenge the corners. What a game it's been. 14-1, at least North have made the scoreline slightly less embarrassing. Smoke's being lined up. Zipex will just throw one towards Spawn with looks of things. What is that going to do for them? They're going to leave the bomb down in middle and just trying to push the CTs back. That's an aggressive peek from that angle, and now Mertz in a lot of trouble. He'll be smoked off. Bit of spray. It does do significant damage towards Glaive, but still no kill picked up here. 5 on 4 still, but still a couple of players low, including Glaive on 10 HP.
So Mertz plays front library, but for now, it's all quiet. Get your indoor voices on in the library, Henry.
Yeah, mate, you might have to.
It's over toward B right now, at least. It looks aggressive.
The boost up from Kiabi. It's all a ruse, though. You can see they're trying to force rotations over towards B, which is working. Mertz is taking the bait. Poor old AZ, Matt. He's in a 1 versus 4 on the A side. He's got to find all the kills here. Molotov's in towards his good position he had. Nice shot. And they will try and hunt him down here. Get multiple kills. He gets 2. And of course, he gets the 3rd as well. It will be him pretty much winning the round for his team. And it's 5 seconds remaining, not planting. Okay, Dupree, you got no time, mate. Whoops.
I love how he realized it and threw the bomb. Like, forgot about this.
Could have planted.
Yeah, that was a misplay, big time. And that's going to give North a bit of a lifeline. Build up a few rounds. Not sure I'm convinced they're going to get back into this game, but Astralis certainly giving up a blunder of their own. Unforced error, you might say, if this were baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Dupree had plenty of time to plan. There's about 6 seconds when he got on the side. So tunnel vision on taking down any remaining CTs. I guess he assumed there'd be more. But there was not, and he gave it the round single-handedly. They will force by here, CZs and AKs, but yes, this could go a little bit further now, as Astralis will be on the ropes in terms of the economy. Bomb down. That was a perfect play for them as well. Perfect strategy. Force all the rotations. Couldn't find that 1 kill. They had 1 player in the apartments. That would have been enough. But everyone focusing on quad. And, fumbling.
Nades in toward the logs will certainly do damage on Kiabi. He's got armor. Still does 51 damage. So that's pretty much up his butt. Pretty much sat on it.
Yep. Couldn't really do much more damage to him.
Gather at the bottom of mid, leaving themselves completely open. The top mid peaks, but they won't be playing there with rifles. They'll be sitting back playing the range game, and now it's over to MSL. He's going to get up close, though. Watch out. These could catch him off. He's waiting for the flash.
Timing's a bit off.
Yeah, I mean, that was atrocious. Device was already around the corner. MSL was still staring at a wall. Either throw it early or don't at all. Make the call MSL on timing, but anyway, off as it was.
Still making it difficult for themselves. They don't want to trade frags, it seems. 1 by 1 they go. They'll get the plant down. 4 versus 4. They have managed to recover another rifle, of course, after taking down the first player. AZ taking over Dupree's on the other side of the map, looking for round number 15. Could be happening here. Smokes and CD Spawn making things very difficult now for North. They have got 1 kit but no grenades. I think they're just going to have to save. 1 player's all the way in towards CD Spawn, not knowing a Dupree's coming behind them. They're 14-4, they pretty much have to get it. Kiabi dropped by Magus. The smokes are just too difficult to handle, and they'll have to give up the round. Looking for 11 in a row now. If Mertz can even save the AWP, which he cannot, Glaive takes him. Valda just like, well, you know what, that's dead. I'll just do it as well. He'll get 1 more, but 3 players survive, including the AWP recovered by Glaive. Match point, and money not looking too good for Northside. 2K on a couple of the players. They'll have to force by what they can. And there we have it. This could be it. Astralis managing to break down that B-bomb side. MSL just couldn't get the timings right with his teammates in the flashbangs. Deagles, CZs, MP9s, FAMAS, M4, little utility, no kits. You get the picture. It's not looking good. Maybe just rush B and try and get that first pick. Not going to happen just yet. Mertz has got a pretty disgusting Deagle.
Glaive takes down Kiavit, leaves him floating with the fishies. MSL will smoke off. Goes back out aggressively, wants to cross inside. The site gets caught by Glaive.
Well, that could be it, ladies and gentlemen. 5 on 3 now. The B-bomb site just falls over, gives nothing to it whatsoever. And Dupree watching B. They've actually got a player in the form of Zipex towards the other side of the map. He's watching for rotations. He's getting all the information for them here. And Device gets 1. And that should be 5 on 2. MP9 and Deagle. And 5 players to find. A bomb to defuse. It's going to be 16 to 4. Knights will get 1 with that Deagle, but that's all he'll find really. And good game. Nice shot, but just padding the stats at this point.
He'll give it a go, but yeah, really, that's all it's going to come down to. Bomb ticking and ticking and ticking, and as he has no kit, we knew that was always going to end the way that it did. And it ends rather poor for North, I have to say, considering they got beat by Heroic earlier in the week. We thought, okay, maybe that wasn't what we bargained for.
Anomaly, maybe?
Yeah, it was a bad night. Well, this is just an atrocious one. Same problems, different team, another Danish team against them. North certainly looking a little bit lost as they're going to get smoked, 16 to 5.
Well, there we have it.
4?
Yeah, it was 4.
Sorry.
It's all the same, isn't it? It will be Glaive leading away, top fragging to a very successful first map. And we'll be back with the desk after this break and see if North can bounce back.